Hello and welcome to Realeconomy. I'm in the Spanish capital, Madrid, the first country to receive money from the EU's Pandemic Recovery Fund. Europe's response to the crisis was an historic stimulus plan worth more than 800 billion euros. I'm going to be speaking to the Spanish Finance Minister, Nadia Calviño, about the reforms the country had to sign up to. Plus, Guillaume Desjardins is in Tenerife, where recovery funds are being spent on vocational training. First, here's your crash course on Europe's recovery plan.
Europe is still feeling the shockwaves of the coronavirus pandemic. At the heart of the EU's recovery plan is the Recovery and Resilience Facility, with more than 720 billion euros in loans and grants for EU countries to invest, create jobs and build a green and digital future. To access the funds, countries have submitted national recovery plans, laying out the reforms and public investments they will make in key areas such as new green technologies, clean energy in transport, renovating buildings, faster internet and 5G, and education and vocational training. 22 countries have had their plans approved by the European Commission.
Spain is set to receive nearly 70 billion euros. It's the biggest public investment plan in the country's recent history. So far, it's received 9 billion euros in emergency pre-financing and its first disbursement of 10 billion euros last December. So what impact will this money have? Well, Guillaume Desjardins headed to Tenerife to meet students who are learning new skills to get into employment.
We're here in Spain, where the first payments for the European Recovery Plan have been made. The country was the first EU member state to fulfil the preconditions required to receive the much-talked-about grant. In Tenerife, it means, among other things, helping people learn specific professional skills.
At the university, you might get a lot of theory but little practice. The good thing about vocational training is that there's an option to do internships. If they like the way you work and they need people, they will take you on. How do I see my future after this training? Well, I hope to start working on something related to this. I would like to work in different countries of the world, the US, Germany, England, anywhere, but work in different places.
Training centres like this one already existed, thanks in part to the European Social Fund. But the recovery funds provide an additional 2 billion euros targeted towards the creation of 135,000 new vocational training places across Spain.
We receive funds from Europe known as the European Social Fund. That covers 80% of teachers' salaries and training courses for the unemployed and workers. Regarding the resilience mechanism, we've already received money to provide for technology classes, entrepreneurship, etc. We're hoping we'll continue to receive funds throughout the course of 2022 and 2023.
Like many southern European member states, Spain suffers from systemic unemployment, especially among the young. Matching student skills to what employers actually want is seen as one of the key ways to fight unemployment. That's especially the case in the Canary Islands, where youth unemployment can be as high as 52%. Tourism still remains the main driver here, representing about a third of all economic activity. But the archipelago's rapidly growing tech sector is also providing job opportunities.
At the moment, people don't have the right training to meet what we need now, both in the Canary Islands and the rest of Spain. All the skills we need, people just don't have them. The sector will grow a lot. There will be a lot of demand. We need more and more people with different skills because demand since COVID-19 has been incredible. Growth has shot up by 3 or 4 times in the last 2 years, and this growth will continue to increase. In fact, in Europe, there are millions of job vacancies in this sector.
EU recovery funds are helping to finance these new vocational training courses. But to receive this money, Spain has implemented several social reforms, including measures aimed at improving the vocational training ecosystem and reducing the gender pay gap at work. Elsewhere in the EU, other member states are also reforming to receive their share of the recovery funds.
I'm going to be speaking to Spain's Finance Minister, Nadia Calviño, about those reforms and her vision for the country's recovery. Have a seat there. Spain is set to receive almost 70 billion euros. It's unprecedented. What will it mean for Spain, for the Spanish economy?
Well, indeed, it is very important for Spain's present and for Spain's future, next generations. Our recovery plan is focused on 4 axes: green, digital, social and territorial cohesion, and gender equality, driving all our programs. And digital is going to represent around 30% of total investment.
Of course, it comes with a set of structural reforms. How tough would you say it has been to meet all of those conditions?
Well, the process has been burdensome and very intense. We were a bit the guinea pigs. We have been opening the process. We have been learning with the Commission how to implement this unprecedented recovery plan. Concerning the reforms, we have accelerated them in the course of 2021. Now the challenge is to finalize those that are pending in Parliament and continue the flow of funds that started already last year.
Are you confident that there's the administrative capacity to deliver it?
It is a very significant challenge for any administration, and Spain is a large country. It is a complex country. We have a multi-layered administration. So we have put in place a governance structure and reinforced the mechanisms we had. We will be launching in the coming weeks some of the most significant strategic plans, for example, for leading the transition towards the electric and connected car.
How much of a difference do you think that vocational training projects, like the one we saw in Guillaume's report, how much of an impact do you think these will have on unemployment?
Well, I think vocational training is one of the keys to unlock a better functioning labour market in the future. Our unemployment rate has dropped to 13.3%. And this gives us a good basis that, together with the structural reforms, notably the labour market reform, and also a very significant investment effort in education, vocational training, lifelong learning, that can allow Spain to finally tackle some of the imbalances that have been dragging growth and prosperity for decades.
Many thanks indeed for being with us on Real Economy.
Many thanks to you. It's been a pleasure.